so much. Thank you, Dean Anderson, Dean Funk, Dean Blackburn, the entire STHM faculty and staff, but most especially, thank you to the STHM class of 2023. What an honor it is to be invited to speak to you all today. I have several special connections with the STHM family. The first one is that I've known Professor Rick Rydell since I was 16 years old, when he was a very young employee at the Philadelphia Flyers in the former Spectrum, and I spent my high school summers doing seating relocations for season ticket holders. Good times. I have gotten to know Dr. Deb Blair, who is a legend in the Philadelphia recreation community. And most recently, I hired an STHM graduate, Andrew Alter, who now works in our communications department and recently received our Rising Star Award at our annual Parks and Rec Awards Night. I also want to acknowledge our Chief of Staff at Parks and Rec, who is the single best thing to ever happen to me professionally, and that is Sudha Suryadevara, an STHM alum. And last, but certainly not least, my amazing, extraordinary husband, Andrew Lovell, who has worked here for 11 years as STHM's Director of Partnerships and Engagement. It kind of made me wonder if that was the reason I was asked to do this. I mean, were you all at the point with commencement speakers where you were like, hey, have we moved on to spouses? If that's the case, it's totally fine. Andrew and I graduated from our college together, and we cannot even remember who our commencement speaker was. It's actually been a heated debate for us as we prepped for today, because we thought we remembered who it was, and then some of our college friends told us we were wrong, and now we are wondering if we've just been living a lie for the past 25 years. So it's actually a huge relief for me that most of you, if not all of you, will likely not remember me 25 years from now, or maybe even after tonight if you celebrate correctly. But you will remember this day. You've been through an awful lot to get here. My gosh, you have earned the right to be here. What a fitting motto Temple has. Perseverance conquers. I mean, could there be a more appropriate motto for your college experience? You have certainly persevered over these last 4 years. You have persevered through COVID. You joined the ranks of pandemic alumni, those who somehow navigated virtual learning, quarantining in your dorm rooms, moving to campus, moving out of campus, testing, masking, testing again. You entered college believing your world would expand, and instead, it became so much smaller, and yet you persevered. You persevered through an incredibly challenging time for our country, a time of impeachments and insurrections, climate change and civil unrest, mass shootings, and Me Too. You persevered through an uncertain time for our city and for this university, a time of violence and volatility, commotion and confusion, disappointments and departures. And yet you persevered. Because during your 4 years here, you have been graced with grit, that uniquely Philadelphian virtue that manifests when perseverance meets passion. Perseverance is a virtue, and it does indeed conquer. But know that it is just one arrow in your quiver as you embark on your journey beyond Temple. There are many other virtues that can help you advance on your own personal crusade into the real world. And so, what else conquers? Joy. Joy conquers. Joy is essential to a well-lived life. I thank God every day that I run a Parks and Recreation department and not police or fire or DHS or, God forbid, sanitation. At Parks and Rec, we're the slides and swings guys, the Department of Fun. If you've seen the show Parks and Recreation, it's quite funny and 100% accurate. I try to find humor in almost every situation. Joy is a free resource, and it can be a tremendous leadership tool to lead through joy and humor and candor. It's amazing to see how it helps you engage with people and build their trust. Throughout your life, you can be a bringer of joy, an evangelist of joy. Do your best to discover joy in everything you pursue and in every aspect of your life. Friendship. Friendship conquers. When I think about my college years, the thing that brings me the most joy is the people I met and how they changed my life. My entire perception of friendship was changed by the people I met in college. In college, the lines between friendships and family become completely blurred. Your friends are more than just the people you have made your core memories with. They will be in your weddings. They will be your child's godparent. They will be there when your parents pass away. They will be there when you get sick. They will walk with you throughout your life. Friendship is a very valuable virtue. Good friends will be the single greatest investment you will make in your life. Faith. Faith conquers. And by faith, I don't necessarily mean faith in God, but a belief that the world around us is part of a greater plan. I think of it as providence. Sometimes you choose your path, and sometimes your path chooses you. Sometimes we are faced with responsibilities before we are ready, like motherhood or fatherhood, caring for aging parents, serving our country. Sometimes we get jobs that we're not ready for. I can see this in my own journey. When I was asked to serve in this position, I felt completely unready. Commissioner of the Parks and Recreation Department? You mean like Leslie Knope? Not really at the top of the list of things I thought I would ever do for so many reasons, but I'll list a few. I have terrible seasonal allergies. I only recently learned the difference between an annual and a perennial. I am not the best recycler. I've never been camping. I hate to sweat. My athletic ability can be summed up in one anecdote. I was the catcher for my t-ball team. Do the math. And yet here I am, commissioner of one of the largest parks and rec systems in our country, a responsibility I was probably not ready for. But I trusted my path and I took it on because of my love for my city and my deep desire to make it better. Whether you are spiritual or not, I encourage you to believe in the possibility of providence, a higher power or being that is guiding you throughout your life, with each stage, each phase, preparing you for the next one. Believe and trust in that providence, and I promise you, you will look back on your career at the end of it and see how it formed you. And lastly, love. Love conquers. In Philly, love is core to our identity. Literally, it is embedded in the name bestowed on our city, the city of brotherly love. William Penn called this place Philadelphia because he envisioned a city of tolerance where people would not be persecuted. I think that may be why Philly love is a different kind of love. Philly love is a conquering love, a tough love, a never say die love, a go the whole 10 rounds love, like Rocky and Creed and Cecil B. Moore. Philly is not a city without challenges or crises, but it also has great promise and hope. A great gift of this job over the past 8 years has been visiting every neighborhood, where I've seen firsthand the unconditional love that exists in our city. People taking care of one another, cleaning their streets, stewarding their parks, planting trees, sharing, and celebrating. Throughout our neighborhoods, our city lets its love shine. In spite of its struggles, its trials, its tribulations, love conquers. It prevails. Surely you can see how love has fortified you over these past 4 years. The love you have received from your parents to get you here. The love of others who supported you along the way. The love bestowed on you by this STHM community. Through your education here at Temple, you have been empowered with knowledge and skills necessary to bring communities together, to enrich individual lives, and to instill civic pride. After 4 years of living and loving in this city, you are uniquely prepared to be champions for it, to spread and share your love for Philly with the world. But I truly hope you will stay here. I'm beyond excited for what lies ahead for us over the next few years, especially as we plan for an epic celebration in 2026. We need you and all of the virtues you have been graced with here at Temple. Your energy, your zeal, your passion, your grit, your joy, your friendship, your faith, and your love. You have persevered here at Temple, and you stand ready to conquer whatever comes next. Congratulations, Temple University.